A homeowner falls through the floor and into a deep, dark abyss. And people are defecating outside the Queen's vacation home. And Hulu removes a Golden Girls episode because they're wearing mud masks. Why, Hulu? These are the weird stories for Tuesday. Yes, this is Weird AF News. I'm your host, Jonesy. If this is your first time listening to Weird AF News, this is a weird news podcast where I do various weird news from around the world. I record the show in my closet. I'm a Los Angeles comedian, and I'm happy.
You're listening to Weird AF News with Jonesy.
A resident fell into an abyss below a 177-year-old New England home. That's a terrible day when you fall into an abyss. You never expect that to be the way you begin your day. Let's do this one with a New England accent, shall we? Jonesy brings those kinds of skills to the stories. A resident who plummeted into the abyss below a New England home that dates back to 1843 was pulled from a frigid well water over the weekend, officials say. This house is 1843. Yeah, that's like an average New England home, really. Our house, I grew up in a house that was like it was made in like 1900. Very common. There wasn't an abyss underneath my house that I can remember. I would have loved that. There's some people I could have invited into that abyss, I tell you right now. No, it's nice to know there wasn't anything like that. I didn't have like some sort of Native American cemetery under my house. Those are the things you got to worry about when your home is built in 1702. So the police officers responding to a home in Guilford, Connecticut, learned that a resident had fallen through a section of the wood flooring, tumbling about 30 feet down into a well that had been covered up by an addition in 1981, according to the police department. Okay, so they had an addition. They didn't leave a note after they made this addition that, hey, underneath these boards is a 30-foot fall into an abyss, into a well, by the way. Not just any old abyss. It's an abyss that has water in it. Probably very cold water. Probably dirty water. This is a terrible abyss. The police say the victim was treading water for nearly 25 minutes. Treading water for 25 minutes. Pretty impressive. This person obviously was a lifeguard at some point in their life, that they can tread water for that long. Man, I can't tread water for that long. I'd throw up. Treading water for almost a half an hour before the firefighters descended into the well and pulled him to safety. What is this individual's name, this former lifeguard? It doesn't say. How do you not give the person's name? This person has obviously some amazing survival skills. The police warned that historical homes in New England could have hazards like this, They weren't upgraded by current building codes and whatnot. I guess there was a time when you could just build shit and do whatever you wanted to your house. You didn't have to get some sort of inspector to come over to give you the thumbs up. You didn't have to pay off anybody. You could just build right over a well or a Native American burial ground, or, the armpit to hell or whatever's under your home. So miraculously, this person who fell into the abyss only suffered some minor injuries, was transferred to the hospital to be checked out. The department wrote this in a Facebook post because that's how the police are informing us of their activities these days. Well, I hope this individual is okay and totally recovers, this former lifeguard. And by the way, you might want to move homes or something. You might not want to have a home on top of an abyss. That's all I'm saying. And this goes for those of you who are making changes at your house. You're making major changes and you're going to cover up something that's, could kill somebody in the future. Leave a note or something, put a plaque there and say, hey, right underneath this spot is a fiery pit. You could fall into a hole here and live forever in damnation. I don't know. Let everybody know what's under your house or whatever you're building over. That's just my opinion. I'm not a carpenter or a building inspector or nothing. Yay! People are defecating outside of the Queen's vacation home. Who are these people defecating outside the Queen's home? Very rude. Walkers are relieving themselves in the grounds of Queen Elizabeth's Scottish residence, the staff have said. Employees at Balmoral Castle, which the Queen frequently visits for holidays throughout the year, have complained about wet wipes being left on the estate and urged people not to use the spot as an outdoor toilet. Most public facilities are closed in the United Kingdom due to the country's lockdown, but people are allowed to exercise and socialize outside, leading many to seek quiet public places if nature calls during the day. How's this UK accent? Is this good at all? I don't know. People are crapping outside the Queen's castle. Did I say it right? Balmoral Castle? Is that it? How many castles does this lady have, man? This is unbelievable that one person has all these castles that they can just hang out in. It doesn't seem right, really. We should take away some of these castles and give it, I don't know, give it to a rapper. I don't know. No, that's not a good idea. I'll take a castle. I'll record Weird AF News in a damn castle. Right in the dungeon. How about that? Hopefully I don't fall into an abyss. Call back. Okay, stupid. Here's a quote from staff at the Balmoral Castle. Unbelievable. Imagine working at a castle. That was your job. Well, what do you do for a job? I work the door at the castle, Disappointed to see so many wipes discarded on the estate today. Next to paths and monuments, such things. Please remember there are no public toilets open for miles around at the moment. Yeah, no shit. So they're crapping outside your castle. Maybe, I don't know, maybe let people just crap in your moat. Do you have a moat that surrounds the castle? That seems like a proper place to allow people to crap. Part of the problem is that we are seeing a lot of non-biodegradable wipes being discarded in the countryside, the staff is complaining. Also, people are choosing to relieve themselves right next to busy pathways or monuments rather than move a little bit further away to avoid contamination. Oh, that's just rude, man. You can't just take a crap right on the path. What's wrong with you people? You can't be these two things. Pick one. You're either someone who craps in nature or you're lazy. Pick one. Okay, you can't be both of them. The castle acknowledged that many people need to relieve themselves while walking around the royal estate. Well, that's nice of them to acknowledge that. Well, public restrooms are not working, so they ought to get some of those portable little pee things that I covered last week. A little pee thing that you bring around. Portable. What the hell is it called? I can't remember. Move on to the story, Jonesy. You're dilly-dallying. Here's a message from the Twitter account of the castle. The castle's got a Twitter account? This is strange. If you need to pee, please do so at least 30 meters from lochs or streams. What the hell is a loch? Yeah, that's like where the Loch Ness Monster is. A loch is that's a strange name of a lake. What's the difference between a lake and a loch? Are you just trying to be fancy? Scotland? They want you to know if you need to defecate, do so as far away as possible from buildings, paths, water courses, and farm animals. Bury your feces in a shallow hole and replace the turf. Bury your feces in a shallow hole. You can't make those kinds of demands from the citizens, I'm going to tell you right now. No one's going to bury it in a hole, okay? You're lucky that they're just not doing it right on your doorstep. For real, really. People do not care. They don't care. If you're interested in how often the Queen and her family is at this castle, they spend several weeks each year at this 50,000-acre estate in the Scottish Highlands. She has spent most of Britain's lockdown in another royal estate at Windsor. Oh, she just has so many royal estates. Where's the Queen in this day and age? Where is she now? She's at her other royal estate. This is so ridiculous that this woman has all these buildings. I'm recording a damn podcast in a closet. What the hell? You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Hulu removes a Golden Girls episode where they wear mud masks. Let's find out why. Hulu removed the 1988 episode of The Golden Girls. Have you guys watched The Golden Girls? It's a very, very clever comedy. Very well written. I've I've thoroughly enjoyed the Golden Girls over the years. Whenever they come on, I'll watch for a bit because it's just so many jokes in a Golden Girls episode. And as a joke writer myself, I mean, I like to think I'm a joke writer. I'm just very impressed with the Golden Girls. Fabulous show. So they're taking away a 1988 episode. Why? Why would they do that? Who cares? In this episode, actress Betty White and Rue McClanahan wear black mud on their faces. Oh, they're wearing mud masks. Okay. With the decision was prompted by backlash on social media. In the episode in question titled Mixed Blessing, the son of B. Arthur's Dorothy plans to marry an older black woman played by Rosalind Cash. This is mud on our faces, Betty White says in the season 3 episode when Cash's family arrives. We're not really black. This is mud on our faces. Oh, I see. So the family arrives and they have mud on their faces, so they say we're not They say we're not black, we just have mud on our faces. Okay. So anyways, this upset people apparently. The decision by the streaming company follows similar moves in the wake of George Floyd's death during an arrest in Minneapolis last month that sparked nationwide protests against police brutality and racial injustice. Last week, Tina Fey requested that 4 episodes of 30 Rock be pulled from NBC Universal's streaming service for their use of blackface. Yeah, anybody using blackface is in trouble. And if you used blackface apparently within the last 20 years, you're still in trouble. I wonder how far back you can wear blackface. I assume they're going to pull all blackface off from anywhere. I mean, anyone doing blackface a very, very long time ago as a form of entertainment, that was just how things were done back then. There shouldn't be a judgment on the morality of the individual that was in blackface at the time. I mean, this is just how they did it back then. But if you're doing it now, I mean, we all know that that's not cool. So the 1988 episode of the Golden Girls, that's pretty old. Obviously, this is not an episode that centers around blackface. The characters are obviously getting facials or mud masks, and there's a confusion that it is blackface. So I don't know if this episode falls under that, but I guess any hint of blackface now within the past 40 years or whatever is going to be removed. Hulu also removed episodes of the TV sitcom Scrubs from its platform because it included blackface. And I'm sure some of you have heard that late night show host Jimmy Kimmel recently apologized for his use of blackface in his Comedy Central show The Man Show, which was in 1999 to 2004. The latest decision by Hulu regarding these Golden Girls was slammed as an example of overreacting. However, by social media users, including African Americans. Oh, so there have been some African Americans who thought that was a little overkill. Well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the episode. I can't make a judgment, but it doesn't sound like anyone intentionally was putting on blackface in that episode. It was a mud mask that was, for one instant, had created a blackface joke. So I don't know. I feel like they're off the hook for that. They don't need to remove that. But I mean, you can't be too careful these days. I guess Hulu or any of these networks, they can't have the risk of the social media backlash that could come about, and then as a result maybe losing ratings or advertisers or whatever. Advertising is everything in these realms, and if you piss off an advertiser or you piss off the public, you lose some money. So those are the things that make changes in our entertainment, is the threat of losing money. I mean, these companies, they love to wrap it up in that we're being morally superior here. We're doing the right thing. It's like, yeah, you really don't care about that. You just don't want to lose money is what's really going on here. That's just my opinion, of course. I would love to hear from some weirdos. Call the show, 646-450-2012. Do you think Hulu overreacted? Yeah, I don't even have Hulu. Anybody have a Hulu password I could borrow? I'd love to watch some Hulu. That'd be sweet. I'd like to watch some Golden Girls episodes or whatever else is on there. That'd be nice. Oh, Jonesy, what's the phone number? My bad. 646-450-2012. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. If you like podcasts, check out Spotify. You can listen to all your favorite artists and podcasts in one place for free. You don't even need a premium account. Spotify has a huge selection of podcasts on every topic, including this one that you're listening to right now. And you can easily share what you're listening to with friends on Instagram as well. So download the Spotify app, search for your favorite podcast, And also, make sure to follow Weird AF News and never miss an episode. Yes, download Spotify and make your life easier. Clap along if you think Weird AF is news for you. How you guys doing? This is Jonesy. Oh, up top, I want to apologize. Yesterday's episode, a few hundred downloads came through before I realized that I had a little technical difficulty and I had to go in and fix it. So that everyone after that who downloaded got it proper, I believe. But yeah, it was a little out of sorts, the segments. I was in such a hurry to do the damn show. I had to run out and I had a dentist appointment and all that. By the way, I had to show a test result for a dentist appointment. I had to show my test results for the dentist appointment. I'm like, well, I want to see your test results, dentist, and your assistant. She's putting her fingers in my mouth too. You got to be careful now. Everybody wants to see your test. What about their test results, okay? I'm negative, by the way. Happy to say. Very proud. You guys negative? Sweet. If you're not negative, go get tested. It's very important. If you're in LA County, you can get tested for free, which is fabulous. If you happen to be in LA County, I actually know a guy that works at a testing location, so I can get you right in. So just hit me up. funnyjones@gmail.com. That's only in LA County, though, so just FYI. But yeah, get yourself tested. I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy, you and your family. I hope you haven't lost your mind too much by maintaining social distance. It makes you go crazy a little bit. I don't see my friends really anymore. It's been rough. But you know, we're doing what we can here. The numbers aren't going down, so we're gonna maintain the distance, maintain the isolation. I just want a friend. Won't someone come over and play Cards Against Humanity with me? I don't get it. I'm so lonely. The mailman comes. I said, don't go. Mailman, don't go. Stay. Just stay and tell me a story, man. I'll make you some tea. Do you like chamomile, do you, brother? I've lost my mind. Well, anyways, I want to thank everybody for being here and dealing with me. It's tough times. It's tough times, but we're getting through it. We're getting through it with Weird AF News. Did I even do a single story today about the coronavirus? I think I managed to avoid. I've been doing so many corona-related stories that I'm like, oh, I'd love to find some that aren't corona-related. So, yeah, it's been a struggle to do that, but I think we managed. Check out my Patreon, by the way, because you can support me. All right, it's a good feeling that you get when you support the show, especially if you listen every day and it brings you some sort of happiness. You know, buy me a cup of coffee. Why the hell not? Or a Corona. Or buy me a Corona. You know, the Corona beer. One of my favorite beers, and it's gotten in some trouble because it shares such a similar name to the virus. It's a damn shame. But yeah, I love me a Corona with a lime. Oh boy, all day long. I'll take a Modelo. Modelo's good. Do you say Modelo or Modelo? I'd love to know. Call the show and tell me. Yeah, I'll bet you someone does. I bet you somebody actually does. Okay, the Patreon. Patreon.com/WeirdAFNews. Yeah, support the show. Join the club. We got a little crew in there that has conversations. Pretty weird shit. You know you want to be a part of it, so come on over. You got the phone number. You got the email. Yeah, follow me on Instagram @FunnyJones. You can see if you can figure out what my day job is. See you later.